Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a 2024 Chevy Silverado with the Duramax diesel. Before we begin this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Alert Miller Chevy here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Nick and Gage. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo diesel 3-liter inline 6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 27 on the highway, with power outputs being 305 horsepower and then 495 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I love the coloration on this. It really shows off the body lines here and freaks out the camera filter. But anyways, got the Duramax badge there on the side. And then down below, love the headlight design here on the new Silverado. And then you guys can see chrome here in the grille with the Chevy bow tie. Parking sensors on the front, and then we've got tow hooks as well. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks on this particular Silverado. Now, of course, on the side here, we've got our Z71 badge, and then down below, you guys can see we've got a tire wheel setup of 275/60, 20 in the front and in the rear. And notice here with the silver, the metallic gray there on the wheels, and then all-terrain tires because of that Z71 package. Chrome on the mirror caps, and notice the door handles are body painted. And then here's your full side view with the Silverado, and I love the line that kind of cuts across. And then here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function, remote start, the tailgate drop down, and then you guys can see the Chevy bow tie in the back. And speaking of the back, this particular one doesn't have bed liner, which is quite interesting. Usually Silverados do, but anyways, got the cargo light there at the top, and you guys can see LED bed light action with a full power outlet. And then with the tailgate, I don't think this has, it's not the auto raise function, but it's super light. And then look at the tail light action here, and then you guys can see the rest of the badges and everything. And then we've got the little bumper step here on the side, and then parking sensors at the bottom with the squeezed exhaust tips. And then taking a look at the rest of the rear, let me guys think about the looks here on this LT. Now, popping inside, you guys can see soft touch here at the top of the door panel with some wood trim, and then also down below with the double stack design. It has a very tight feel to it, which is nice, and then storage at the bottom. And they've got these cloth seats, as you can see. Got a little bit of storage underneath the seat itself, and then flat loading floor with the little mat there. Now, legroom back here is really good. We also have a little storage pocket, and then you guys can see some vents here, USB action as well. And then headroom back here, it's pretty good. Now, take a look at the front door panel. You guys can see again soft touch here, and then look at the trim at the top, and then also down below. All of our window controls here, notice the front one's automatic. We got our mirror adjustments, and then you can see there's a quick look at the mirrors themselves. And then taking a look at the seats, notice all the trim here going down the center, and then power adjustments here on the side. And then you guys can see there for the hood latch release. And then we've got our light controls here with the fog lights and the cargo light. And then our drive line selects, and notice our auto, 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low. And then your drive mode selects built into that with your tow haul mode. And then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. And then last but not least, 1,727 pounds of payload capacity, and then towing capacity is 9,000. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. We do have radio controls there on the back of the steering wheel as well. Controls for the center stack, cruise control, heated steering wheel button on top of that. And then we have our little stock here, turn signal, windshield wiper stock, and then column shifter with plus and minus so you can shift the gears yourself. Now, taking a look at the gauge cluster, you guys can see digital gauge cluster here, and notice we can scroll through a few different menus, see different bits of info here on the truck itself. Then we do have our drive mode selects as well. So we've got our tow haul mode, as you can see, and then that automatically turns on the diesel exhaust brake, and then you have a sport mode and then an off-road mode as well. Now, this actually is a 360 camera system, which I think is pretty cool feature-wise. You know, you usually don't see that on midline trucks, so definitely helps out, obviously, with towing and everything, parking, all that. It's a big beast, right? And then as for the rest of the infotainment screen, so first off, response time with the screen's pretty good overall. It's got a shortcut bar there on the side, and yeah, I think it functions well. Has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then you guys can see you got an analog button for like the home screen button, and then also volume control, and then tons of controls down below. We'll just go over them quickly. So lane departure, parking sensors, auto stop start, tailgate drop down, hazard lights, stability control, hill descent control, and then that's to roll down all the windows at once. We've got our trailer brake controls down below, and then you guys can see we have dual zone climate with this. We also have heated seats up front, some USB action on top of that. And then we've got a bench seat here in the center, decent storage inside. You got the seat part, and then you have more storage underneath the seat as well. Definitely hard to do that while filming. Anyways, got double glove box situation here. Pretty cool. And then notice like the wood trim and the silver and everything, and then the padding on the dash as well. And then up top we do have our button for our power sliding rear window. So here's a quick look at our window sticker. You guys can see all of the standard equipment. This one also has the G80 automatic locking rear differential. Anyways, 53,700 is the base MSRP. The diesel's 2,300 bucks now. Anyways, after all options on this one, stickers for 61,690. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood and also soft touch on the dash. Both the mirrors, through the rest of the rear, and let's blow this popsicle stand. I don't know. This is my third review of the day, so I guess we're getting crazy here. But anyways, Duramax LT 61K. You know what? I'm just gonna drop this at the beginning of the driving portion. Ram, what are you doing? And yes, we're talking about Ram in a Chevy review because I just reviewed a Laramie that's stickered for like 65,000, and it didn't even have half the options of this LT Silverado. And it was like, again, it was like 65, almost $66,000. So why does Ram think they can charge more money for less truck compared to Chevy, their biggest competition? And you obviously have Ford as well, but Ford's always been expensive. So yeah, just gonna put that out there. We'll circle around towards the end of the review. But anyways, first off, torque with this, really good. Love the transmission too. It's just really smooth with the transition. So that's all well too. Pretty quiet overall. Drives well. It drives well. The ride quality is good. I will say the seats are harder. That's the one downside about Chevys is I don't know what it is, but it just like the padding or something, it's just firmer than what you have in other trucks. I think they should consider making the seats a little bit softer. I think it could be the back of the seat too that kind of leads to that butt experience, I guess. I don't know what to call it. That's super weird to say, but what you feel when you're sitting in the seat. But yeah, so far good torque, and it's relatively comfortable. The suspension's the highlight, the seats not so much. So going over the train tracks here, bump 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 bump, and woo, man, it kicks you in the back of your seat a little bit there. It's quite impressive. Now obviously, because this engine has a boatload of torque and not as much horsepower, it's all about that 0 to 40 when it comes to acceleration. When you're on the highway, right, this isn't going to have nearly as much oomph as it is going to have around town because, again, torque. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's the only diesel powertrain in a half-ton truck at this point, so take what we can get. So summing things up here, if you guys are wondering what I'm laughing at, there's something written on, I've never noticed that before until now. There's something written on that building. I'll leave that up to those of you if you can see it in the GoPro view. Just the things that people graffiti. Anyways, ride quality is really good, and yeah, seat comfort's pretty good as well. I'm trying to see what can I be critical about this. Like I said, the seats are firm. They're not uncomfortable, but they're firm. So that's one thing I'm critical about, is I think they could do a better job with the seats. And aside from that, for this level of truck, this is really well equipped. Again, having heated seats, dual zone climate, and a 360 camera system, power sliding rear window, all this stuff that Ram Laramie did not have. This thing has freaking LED lights up front. Why can't Ram even give us LED lights anymore? I'm so upset at Ram right now because of their decontenting. That is the word in the truck world right now, which is so sad. So this value-wise is probably the best in the truck industry because Ford and Ram are more expensive and they offer less features for more money. And their trucks are good, but I wouldn't say they're better than the Silverado. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the Duramax. I still think this is the greatest truck engine ever. Well, in a half ton at least. But yeah, let me know what you think.